Well, on this Feel Good Friday, we are talking about Korean skincare. Have you noticed it has really taken the world by storm? The famous 10-step skincare to get that glass skin look, it's really become all the rage. Korea is one of the top 10 beauty markets in the world. By the year 2030, the global K-beauty market is expected to reach more than $18 billion, according to Straits Research. So, what's behind the snail slime, bee venom, and morphing masks that they use? Let's ask the expert. Joining me now is dermatologist Dr. Brenda LaTowsky of Clear Dermatology. Why is K-beauty so popular these days?
Well, Tram, it's trendy. It's all over social media, as you
Yes.
mentioned. It's novel. It's not the same old ingredients that us American dermatologists are recommending. It's fun. It comes in fun packaging with bright colors. And of course, we all want that amazing skin that many Korean individuals have.
Yes, it's flawless. Okay, so this is interesting. You actually went to Korea recently. Tell me about that.
I did. I went to visit a skincare company that I did a clinical trial for. And while I was there, I went to look for the ideal Korean skincare regimen.
Yeah.
And Tram, it was like walking down a street with 100 Sephoras.
Ooh.
There were so many options, and it was a bit overwhelming, even for a dermatologist.
I bet.
But I did notice that the active ingredients are a little bit lacking. A lot of products were botanical based, just things that are not proven by clinical trials like we see here in the U.S.
Okay, I'm going to get to that in a second because I've always wondered, which is better, what should we be aware of? But I want to get into some key ingredients though that we should be looking for if we do decide to get into K-beauty.
Sure. Well, three that I think have promise and that I think are very intriguing would be ginseng, which improves circulation. And galactomyces, which can brighten the skin.
Okay.
And then finally, an antioxidant called Centella asiatica, or SICA for
Interesting.
short.
All right. So let's go back into what people should know, because you kind of alluded to the fact that they may not be as effective as U.S. products, right?
Well, it's just that in the U.S., we have so many clinical trials that support these active ingredients. And so I think one thing that differs in Korea than the U.S. is the culture. The culture in Korea is to avoid the sun starting probably at birth.
Right.
And that lack of sun exposure will result in beautiful skin. Here, someone might be starting a little bit later in life. They might have gotten some sun exposure. And so the lack of active ingredients can be something to consider. The FDA does not regulate the sunscreens. Our FDA does not regulate the Korean sunscreens.
Okay.
So that could be something to consider. And it's also a lot of work.
10 steps.
10 steps. So
I'm lucky if I go through 5, but yeah, that's
Same,
time consuming and it's a lot.
it is a lot. So just things to consider. Many of the Korean products are based on hydration. And if you want something a little bit more active, then you might consider adding an American-based product.
One thing too on that list that I thought was interesting was sometimes these photos that you see can be altered. Nothing like a filter, like a good filter, right?
Yes, you're absolutely right. So, and it's very hard to digest, to pick through all of that on social media. So, of course, little shameless plug, I always recommend going to a board-certified dermatologist to help someone sift through it, even if it is the skincare line that you want to pursue.
Yeah, totally understandable. Okay, you know what? There was a recent headline that we had talked about a couple weeks back about sunscreens and how what's produced here in the U.S. is less effective than other products sold abroad, like, for instance, in Korea. So I wanted to get your thoughts on, are Korean sunscreens then maybe better than U.S. sunscreens, you think? Or what's your take on that?
Perhaps, and I'll tell you why. Number one would be the filters that are used overseas. Our FDA regulates sunscreens because they're considered an over-the-counter medication, and so sometimes they're slower to approve newer and more effective filters.
Right.
So in Europe and in Asia, a lot of times these filters may be more sophisticated and perhaps more effective.
Okay.
So they may work better. Number two, they have another rating system. So SPF is a rating system for UVB. There's a rating system for another harmful ray called UVA that's used in Japanese and Korean sunscreens.
Okay, interesting. All right, Brenda, thank you so much. I know you must have a lot of questions that you want to ask her, so text us 602-444-1220.